Hi, it's Fourth again. Thanks for coming by and watching the video here. We're going to do another market report and talk about this pretty much the same issues we've talked about the same question. We've talked about the last couple videos. History tells us that every 7 to 10 years over the last 50 years or so, there's a cycle. There's so many different reasons why that can't be this time, why this time is going to be different. That's what I want to talk to you about today. And I've got some graphs here. And I'll just kind of tell a backstory. My son is first-time home buyer age. He's got a down payment, got money set aside, and he's even concerned, that everybody that he talks to says, man, watch out, what if I realized the other day after talking to him that most of the people that I talked to about that are younger people, but they weren't homeowners, and they don't really have and they hadn't been through a cycle before, and they don't really have a frame of reference of what that was like to actually lose 50% of our housing value. 50%. So that takes a long time to get back, and we're just now getting back to those values. And what's really, really glaring to me is that we have a long time before we can build our way out of this. And that's what we've got to do. There has to be, in order for it to be market driven, and I'm not saying, I said this last time too, there could be something bad happen that would affect market values and home values, but it's not going to be real estate market driven. It's not going to be supply and demand driven. Much of the information that I got is anything from the statistical area, the MSA of Sacramento, Roseville, and combined statistical areas, which is basically Placer, El Dorado, Sacramento, Yolo counties. If we look at the 4 counties over the last 15 years, on a median basis, we're not back to the same. We're not back to those peak values. Looking at El Dorado County or El Dorado Hills, we're not backward, and we're just really, really close. I mean, it's going to happen. It's going to happen this month or next month. And the same thing with Folsom, really close. But when you add inflation to those numbers, we're not back. There's been several studies. One of them says the U.S. economy has been growing at a steady pace, GDP going up and the unemployment rate falling to 4.1%. It goes on to say that we found that the cities with the fastest growing population relative to building permits between 2010 and 2016 are number 1, Sacramento, number 2, San Antonio, number 3, Riverside. It goes on to say California is particularly underbuilt, with Sacramento, Riverside, San Jose, and San Francisco all in the top 10. It shows this other graph of the population growth and the civilian labor force growth since 2002. The civilian labor force has grown about almost 10%, right under 9%. The population growth for the same time, 9.6%. And you look at the number of both deals in MLS, resale homes, whether you look at it that way or you look at it as number of homes or housing units added. So when the numbers are this far off, we got to have a problem. There's no way we're going to be able to build our way out of this in any time soon. So we've got several years. The Northern California Builders Association, they're targeting 2025 as the peak. So even if they're a couple years off, it's not this year, right? Or next year. So I sure appreciate you tuning in to watch this. Thanks again. So if you need to get a hold of me, or if you've got any questions on anything going on in your real estate world that I might be able to help you with, please, 916-316-3810 is my number, 916-316-3810, or you can email me at fourth@thehoytgroup.com. So that's fourth, F-O-R-T-H, at thehoytgroup.com. Again, depending on where you're watching this, we've always stick a couple of handy links close by. The first one is to see what your home would sell for, based on home sales in your area. The other link would be for if you're looking to buy. and it's access to the entire Sacramento Metrolist system. Stop by again for next month's video, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.